Well, this is the day we find out how to define the word recalibrate, at least in the minds of this government and the Prime Minister, Stephen Harper. You will recall that it's been 83 days since Parliament last sat, and in that gap, almost 3 months, the government, the Prime Minister, has said that he wanted to recalibrate his government's agenda. So that's what this time has apparently been all about, and in a few minutes' time, when the speech from the throne is read by the Governor-General, we will find out what that new agenda is. Let's take a quick peek outside the Parliament buildings right now on what is another gorgeous day here in early March in the nation's capital. It's a little bit cool, but certainly sunny. In a few moments' time, arriving at the front door of the Parliament buildings, the centre block, will be the Governor-General, Michaëlle Jean, who will arrive here, do a quick inspection of the Guard of Honour. There will be a 21-gun salute, and then she comes inside the Parliament buildings, met by the Prime Minister, taken down towards the Senate chambers for the reading of that speech from the throne. The limousine arriving on Parliament Hill. She will be with her husband, Jean-Daniel Lafond, and the Governor-General, who has had, as we all know, a difficult and emotional last 6 or 7 weeks since the earthquake struck in Haiti, and she just the news released in the last few days that she will be going to Haiti at the end of this week. We have all witnessed the pain that she has had with that story unfolding in her former home country. So the Governor-General takes her position on the dais in front of the troops, and we'll hear the vice-regal salute. Let's just listen in for a moment on that. And with the 21-gun salute being fired in the background, the Governor-General will now be invited to inspect the Guard of Honour before entering the Parliament buildings to begin the process of the speech from the throne. And it is one that has its own colour and history attached to it, and we'll get glimpses of that throughout the next little while. But let's carry on with our editorial discussion. Both Terry and Evan mentioned the fact that there will be outside, the Governor-General still going through the line in the inspection of the Guard of Honour, and she has always taken this role quite seriously, more so than perhaps some of the Governors-General of the past, not to make light of their roles, but she stops a lot when she goes through the line, talking to various men and women who are a part of the 100-person strong Guard of Honour that's assembled on Parliament Hill. And we haven't seen a lot of smiles on the face of Michaëlle Jean since the Haiti earthquake, and I think everybody understands that. People have been hoping to hear from her in a more kind of offhand way in a discussion, perhaps in a conversation with her, as opposed to a number of the remarks she's made in set speeches since Haiti. As her standard, the Governor-General's flag flies above Parliament Hill, as it always does when she's on Parliament Hill. She hasn't given any interviews yet of any detailed fashion to talk about this time period for her, which, as we all know, has been difficult. She has, from what we understand, lost friends, as so many have, who have relatives and friends in Haiti. So it's interesting to see her in the more traditional format that we haven't seen a lot of in the last while, and understandably so. The Governor-General wrapping up that inspection of the Guard of Honour. Once it's finished, she'll be welcomed inside by a number of dignitaries inside the centre block, including, of course, the Prime Minister. We got our first opposition reaction to the speech from the throne, which hasn't even been given yet, and it's coming from Liberal Bob Ray, who's talking to the men and women of the armed forces who have assembled here today for the inspection. She's also been known to move away from just the Guard of Honor to also talk to the ceremonial band that's attached to all this. Whether she'll do that today or not, I don't know. The weather has helped. There's a small crowd here. It's not a day off, so we want to check out what those kids are doing there. They've obviously got the day off from school in some fashion to watch what is, I mean, let's face it, every time there is one of these, it is a bit of Canadian history, a slice of history, an opportunity to see the workings of our Parliament, one of the rare opportunities we get every once in a while to get a glimpse inside the Senate chamber. It doesn't televise its regular proceedings, but on a day like this, television cameras are allowed in. There'll be another brief salute here to the Governor General, so let's listen in on that, and then she'll be working her way inside the Parliament buildings. So the Guard Commander, having been told his Guard is fit for duty, will now call on the second salute. And that was it, brief as it was, as the Governor General and Monsieur Lafond head inside the Parliament buildings. As we said, they'll be met by the Prime Minister inside the Parliament buildings, but that is still a few moments away. The Guard actually stays assembled until all this ends.